Okay, so yesterday I spent majority of my day discussing Greenleaf with fellow Greenleaf fans. And I thought that was like the most amazing and miraculous thing, that this show has taken people just by surprise in a good way, to the point where strangers are communicating all day long. So I have a group of fans that I talk with the show about on Facebook. And on Facebook, it's mostly my friends and family, people that I know personally, and we all enjoy the show. And oh girl, what do you think gonna happen here? Did you see that? What did you think about that when that went down? Did you think that was gonna happen? Type of thing. But on Twitter and on YouTube, these people are strangers. These are not people that I know personally in my everyday life. Their names on the screen. And I mean, we've communicated, some of us, since the beginning of the show, and some of us are new to the conversation. But it just really amazed me that I know we spent on and off yesterday from probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon to about 7 o'clock in the evening talking about this show and what we think should happen next, what we hope to see happens next, what we will be surprised about, what we won't be surprised about, and all the cliffhangers that they are leaving us. And I've said it before, and I just have to continue to say it, because I just applaud Craig Wright for coming with this story, and for Oprah for taking a chance on this 1 hour drama and, executive producing it, and also being a recurring guest, because it's like they're really telling real life stories. And that's always important, because when you can relate to something, then it makes you more apt to watch it. You're more interested. You're more invested in it because you can relate to it. And in a situation like you have with Greenleaf, where while the church is the center of, a lot of what goes on, it's really about a family. And even though it's about a African-American family in Memphis, and they are very affluent in this mega church, it could be anybody's family. These are problems that anybody's family could befall. The highs, the lows, the joy, the pain, the love, the hurt. All of that is anything that anybody could go through. Race, unimportant. Economic class, unimportant. Whether you're a believer or not, unimportant. Because these are things that every family can relate to and that every family goes through. And so I just appreciate this being on television, because you don't get a lot of that. You don't get a lot of good, wholesome television that is still entertaining. So because you have the Christ factor, the religious outlook, you have real life, you have love, you have heartbreak, and it's like I said, these are all things that people can relate to. But then you got the drama and all that keeps you glued to the television, and it's like a genius move. So to own an Oprah and creator Craig Wright, this is just a great vehicle. So I, as a fan, thank you. And I'm meeting new people because of this show. This is so cool. And I think that, I know I've seen interviews where the cast, Kerry Washington and the cast of Scandal, says if it wasn't for Twitter, they're not sure they would have gotten a second season. I don't know if, being it's that it's a executive produced by Oprah, starring Oprah on Oprah's network, that really matters for Greenleaf, because if Oprah greenlights a second season, then there you have it. And we do. And we have a second season with 16 episodes, so I'm definitely super psyched and geeked about that. But I was just wondering if, the Twitter community and the social media community is helping to bring the ratings of the show up, or is it just because it's amazing? And I'm like, Empire blew up, and Empire blew up because people like mess, and Empire is messy, and you can't help but enjoy it. And even in Empire and its messy situation, and the fact that their catalyst, their main vehicle there is a record company and not a mega church, but they still have to go through all the same things that families go through. Now, in some situations, it's a little different because, their family been on the wrong side of the law, but still family issues. But I think that the fact that you had big name stars coming in who are known, like Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson, that helped to push the show. And I think Oprah, even though you have Keith David and Lynn Whitfield, who are, household names in the entertainment industry, the cast for me personally is like predominantly unknown. And so I'm getting to experience new talent in Merle Dandridge and Ty White and Deborah Joy Winans and, Kim Hawthorne. I mean, we know Lamont Rucker, of course, but a lot of the other cast are new to me, even though, of course, they're not new to the industry. They're new to me, and they're not household names like what we got on Empire. Or, even with Scandal, Kerry Washington, while this was her blow-up vehicle, she'd been working forever, so we knew who she was. So I think that, for me, that is, like, really impressive, because you took a virtually unknown cast and put together an amazing show, and they are just, like, knocking it out of the park. And I'm not the only person who feels this way, obviously, because I chatted with a bunch of strangers for about 6 hours yesterday about these same things. So, just, again, my hat's off, kudos, round of applause to Craig Wright and Oprah Winfrey for just bringing us wholesome, entertaining television on OWN Network.